Hi everyone, welcome back to another For Those Who Code video. This channel is where we learn and share skills about design and development. If you want to grow your skills and learn new things that's coming up, please like, share and subscribe for more. Well guys, we have here Christmas knocking at our doorsteps, so we'll be making some fun elements, adding a bit of animation here and there. In this video, we'll be creating simple snowing effect with just pure CSS, which looks something like this, right? Looks boring till now. Now we'll be also adding some trees and some present boxes made with just simple HTML and CSS. This should be fun, so let's get started. So first let's create a index.html file, and inside here we will just add Christmas animation as a title, and we will also create another file which is main.css, and we will split down to the right, link this file right here, which is main.css, and in the body let's create a simple div for now, and here we can create another div with a class name of snowing, and I'll grab some SVGs that I created, and probably I just ripped off from a free icon sources out there. So and I give it a class of flex right here, and we want this to be snowing, this particular SVGs to be like snowing down. So for that one I will create some of more snows right here. So I added some of the snowing classes with snowing SVGs inside it. And in the main, we can I haven't used particularly some reset.css, but I am just okay with this right now. So for the HTML right here, let's give it a height of 100%. And then we can also, in the body, we can add a background, and I want to be something like this one which I have created, which is something light. So I will grab some SVG, grab some RGB colors and paste it over here. So and give it a height of around 100%, and also I want the position to be relative as well. So for the SVG we have, and I have the flicks added to the SVGs right here. So for the classes SVG flicks, I want width and height to be about width to be about 15 pixel, and also the height can be about 15 pixel as well, so that it stays in proportion. And for the fill, I want pure white, snow white fills. And also for the class of snowing, what I will do is I will add the snowing right here and give it a position of fixed, and the top can be minus 10% because we want this particular snowing effects start from outside the canvas, outside the viewport initially. So and also give a jet index of about maybe probably 999, and then we want this to take an animation. And for the animation we'll just use simple keyframes, and for the keyframes I want two animation to be added right here. One is falling snow and one is wave effect of the snow. As you can see, we have this snow falling right down, but some wave effects right here and there, so that it creates some of the realistic animation up there. So for that one, we will create two animation effects right here. One is snow wing falling, and then another one would be snowing waves. We will give it a duration of around 10 seconds and 3 seconds. So animation duration would be 10 seconds and 3 seconds. And then we also want this to have some kind of timing intervals, ease in and ease out. That's what we're gonna use. So there are a lot of options available, but we will be animation timing function would be ease in and ease out, and I'll add ease in out. And then we want to iterate this animation in infinite number of times. So animation iteration count would be infinite. And also I want this to be copied over here, and I forgot an comma, and we'll add a comma. So we have two animations right here, so I added these two for these two animations. Also we want the animation play state to be running, and also running as well. And then for the keyframes, as we discussed, we'll be just using pure CSS. So we'll add a keyframes which is snow falling right here. So we'll make some keyframes of snow falling, and inside here we have the 0%, which is initial keyframe, which can be top of -5%. And then we can have another keyframe which is 100, and which can be top of, let's say, 100%. So for the another keyframe, I'll copy this one and then paste it over here, and this can be called as snowing waves, which we already like made a name for it. So we want around 2, 4, maybe probably 4. So we will just copy this one and then have 4 keyframes over here, format bit, and then we want 0 and 30% and 60% and 100%. So in the 0 we can have transform, and then transform and translate x-axis. So translate x-axis to initially 0 pixels, and then later on translate the x-axis value to minus or we can also add a positive number, which is, let's add 60. And also we want the same to be here as well, and again translate it to 40, and ultimately we can add it to 0 pixels. So let's format bit, let's hit save here as well. Let's open this with live server, and here we can see our animation. So I just see one snow, so which is great, but we have a couple of snows right here, but I want to add furthermore snow. So we have this class right here, snowing. So what we can do here is we can call this particular class snowing, and have a CSS selector of end of type, and the type would be 0 at first, which is the first snow right here. So it would be the selector for this particular snow. So this particular snow, let's say we have left of 5%, and then we can also add an animation delay to this one. So animation delay of around 5 seconds, comma 0 second. I added 2 animation delay because we already have this snowing animation name, which is 2. So animation delay would be 5 and 0, which is snow falling 5 and 0 for snowing waves. Same like this one, I will add a couple of more, and also add some random values for the animation delay as well. After adding some random values over here, let's hit save. Let's take a look at the browser, and yeah, the first, no, second, third, fourth, fifth, and it's falling right there, which is looks awesome, right? So also let's add some boxes and trees to our hair, which looks something like this one as well. And for the trees, I want to create a div of class tree wrapper, and inside here I will create another div of class tree. Inside here we have a star over here on the top, So I want a div of class star and another class of star1, and I will leave it empty. And inside our class tree here, I want these triangle shape layers right here, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are 4 layers, so a div of class 3 layers, and inside here I want 3 layer 1, and same goes to 3 layer 2 and 3 and 4, and format bit. And inside our CSS I want the tree class to have position of absolute, and it would be top 50%, and then a left of around 50% as well, but for now I'll add 45%, and transform and translate of minus 50%, and then 0 for centering it, centering the position absolute, centering the position absolute element to the center. For the tree layer 1, I want position absolute, and then width of initial, let's say 0, and height of 0, and then left we have 3 pixel, and then I want to create a triangle, and for that one I will grab some CSS for generating some triangles with the green hex color right here. And also for another 3 layer 2, which is I can grab this one and paste it right here and rename it to 2. And then for this one I just want to copy the same thing right here, which is maybe position absolute for now, and paste it right here, and then the top of around 30 pixels downwards from the layer 1, and then a left of around minus 10 pixels, and then border I will copy this one, and I want to create a triangle as of course. So for that one we can have 75 pixels solely transparent, and also 75 pixels of solely transparent, and around 120 pixel of border bottom. And for layer 3 I want to copy the same and change a bit of values over here, so around 50 and around 25 from the left, and 90 border left, and border right would be around 90 as well, and then 170 to our layer 3. And we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 last layer left. So for the layer 4 I want absolute of top 80, and then minus around 36, and then 100 pixel and 100, and around 120 of this one, and I will add 2 here, 3, and then 4 here. Let's save this one and let's see it in the browser. And as you can see, somewhat we have achieved these triangles. Let's add some of the other elements as well. First, let's go with the presence, right? We have the presence as well, which is this one. So for the presence, I want to create a div inside of the tree. and below the star. So div of class presence, and then inside the presence we have the presence cover and wrapper and ribbon, which would be a div. So div of class cover and div of class wrapper, and inside here we have div of class ribbon. So I guess this should be outside this one, and the format a little bit. And for the presence, I want also it to be around position position absolute with a bit of jet index, so that it would come just above the trees, and then we can have a top jet index of around 1, and then top of 265, and then left of -43, and width should be not such so big, so it should be around 65 pixels of width, and height can be around 45 pixel. And for the background I can have a hex code. I'll grab the hex code for the presence background and paste it right here. And also for our cover, I want position absolute, and then left of around -3 pixels, and width would be around 66 pixel, which should be quite out of the presence, and also a height of around 10 pixels, and give a border bottom of 1 pixel solid, and I can grab the same color right here and paste it over here, which is the hex value. And also I want to add background for this one as well. And for our tree wrapper and also the tree layers, I want position of absolute and relative, and then height of 100%. And after this one we can play with the wrapper, and for the wrapper we have position absolute right here, and then we can have a lift of 28 pixels, and give it a background of probably some hex code. I will grab it and paste it right here. So also give it a width of around 8 pixels, and also a height of 45. And we are pretty much okay with our wrapper. Let's go with our ribbon. I spelled it wrong. RIBBON. Okay. And for the ribbons, I want position absolute, and then top would be 0, and then left would be 20 pixels, and then background can be transparent, and also give a width of 12 pixels, and also height, border, radius, and border, and some also border radius, border, and transform to a little bit tilted. Ribbon needs to be a little bit tilted as well. So for the ribbon, I want to add another ribbon to our right, which is this one, this curve thing. And for that one, I can use pseudo class and give it after. And inside here, we can have position absolute, and copy this one and paste it right here. And we also need content right here, and then we can tweak some value 0, 20, transparent, 12, 25, and then everything looks okay, but we want 60-degree reflected to our right. So I think it's pretty much okay for now. Format, and let's see our progress. We have our box here, but we still need to have some trunks over here as well. So it looks like we just have one ribbon, and then let's also add some layers inside our each 3 layers that we created. So inside here we want a line, give it a class of line, and another class of line 1, and also we want to add bubbles here as well. And I'll copy this one, add it over here, here, and here, and we can rename it to 2. Let's copy this one and paste it right here to add our 3-layer 4. Give it an after pseudo selector, and inside here we want content to be empty, and then give it a width of 20 pixels, height of 30, and then background of, let's say, RGB for now, and then position absolute. Top would be around 200 pixels, and left would be around minus. Also, let's work on a bit for the bubbles. And for the bubbles, we can have index, jet index of 1, and position of absolute, and then border radius of around 50%, because we want to be a perfect circle. And then we can also add animation to this one, which we can call it blinker, which can be 1 second, infinite, linear, and initially we can give it of opacity of 0. And for the bubble one, we can have top of 65, and left will be -9, and then width of around 13 pixels, and height of 13 pixels as well, and background of a hex code. I'll bring the hex code and paste it right here. I will create further more bubbles, so I will change the values for other bubbles as well. And then right here we can add another one bubble right here, maybe around layer 3 right here, and hit save, and see it is in the browser. And we have the lighting bulbs, which we call bubbles. Also, we need to add a fix for the ribbons as well, which we will obviously do that. And let's work on the stars. And for the star, I added some code of jet index and position of left, and some color of red, and also the same thing that we made a triangle, and created pseudo selectors for before and after, so that we can create a perfect looking star as well. And as you can see, we have the star on the top as well. So I think the other thing we need to do is work on the lines we have right here, and add our animation to these bulbs right here as well. Also, we need trunk, and there's ribbons. So for that one, we can further add our lines. And for the line, we have the jet index of 1, and then position would be absolute, and then line 1 can be around top of 60 pixels, and then left around minus 47, and then width of probably 70 pixels, and then height 1 pixel, solid, and 0.30300. Okay, and then uh, we can transform and rotate it minus 60 degree, and I will add other lines, which is line 2, line 3, and line 4 as well. Copy this one, and I'll change some values over here, and I added some code for the trunk as well. So let's take a look at the current progress that we have. So it looks perfectly fine, but we need to blink these balls like things, which can be like blinked with the animation name we gave, which is blinker. So let's create some keyframes for that one as well. Let's take a look, and then we have our Christmas tree somewhat ready, right? So guys, I hope you enjoyed creating these simple effects for this Christmas. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you guys want to learn more about design and development more, please like, share, and subscribe with the click down below. I'll be trying to make more better videos. See you in the next one.